Right, Sunrisers Hyderabad. I just like the way they go about things. But even before the first ball is bowled, they've been dealt a killer blow. I know no Steve Smith for Rajasthan Royals, but I'm going to stick my neck out here and say Sunrisers without Warner is almost as big as Barcelona without Messi. Because you might say all that you want about David Warner, but for those 2 months, Warner would come to Hyderabad, and of course my old friends from my hometown will say, "Hamari tehzeeb mein aa gaya miyan." But the moment Warner comes to Hyderabad, he becomes an outstanding leader, and what a player he's been, what a batsman he's been, one of the great IPL players of all time. And Sunrisers really constructed themselves around David Warner, and now there's no Warner. It's a colossal loss. They've replaced him as captain with someone who's vastly different. Kane Williamson is very quiet, very understated, very dignified, and someone who's starting to play better in limited overs cricket. Just got a 50 or 100 against England, nowhere near as explosive. I don't think Kane Williamson would actually have made the first 11. But now that they've got him as captain, they've got to work their 11 around him and play the other 3 players. I'm not saying he's a liability, he's not a Mike Brearley as captain of England, but he's not a Warner either. So what else about the Sunrisers? If you take away the loss of David Warner, that is, they've given themselves loads of fast bowling options. There's some really good ones in there. Sandeep Sharma, Basil Thampi, Natarajan, Siddharth Kaul, and the Khalil Ahmed that everyone is talking about. So lots to choose over there, but hardly any Indian spinners. They've got their good old war horses, the Bipul Sharmas and the others. But they've made up for that with 3 quality overseas spinners in Shakib Al Hasan, Mohammad Nabi and Rashid Khan, and that is why, and because 2 of them are really good all-rounders at this level, I play actually all 3 of them because there's more seam bowling options available. So that's my way of covering up for the lack of Indian spin bowling. So what does my team look like? In the absence of Warner, you'll have to open with Williamson and Shikhar Dhawan. Dhawan is in excellent form, but Dhawan will now have to raise his game a little bit. When Warner and Dhawan opened together, most days Warner took off, Dhawan got time. Now with Dhawan and Williamson opening, Williamson will need time, Dhawan has to take off. So those 2 openers, but I also believe 3, 4, 5, 6 will now have to up their game. Manish Pandey gets a fantastic opportunity at number 3, and I will have Shakib Al Hasan at number 4. I think he plays the role of senior player for Bangladesh so well. He's a very aggressive player. So Manish Pandey, Shakib Al Hasan at 3 and 4 will have to play a big part for the Sunrisers. And then 5 and 6, Ridhiman Saha will keep wickets, and another young man that I rate highly because he's become captain of Vadodara this year. He's played a really good role for them. He's a fantastic finisher. If he can give them 2 overs, that will be very good. India showed enough faith in Deepak Hooda to actually take him to the Nidahasa Trophy. They didn't play him there, but I think Hooda coming in at 5 or 6 will be excellent, and then Nabi at 7. I think Bhuvneshwar is now all-rounder enough. He'll lead the bowling, he'll bat at number 8, and then Rashid Khan, who's setting all kinds of records at number 9. That leaves me with 2 fast bowlers, and you can pick from any of those 5, maybe Basil Thampi and Siddharth Kaul to start, but you can pick from any of those 5, and that's my team. If you've got a slightly seaming track, then you can play Carlos Brathwaite in that side in place of Mohammad Nabi. So you've got those kind of options, but this is what my first 11 for the Sunrisers then looks like. Williamson as captain, batting all the way down with Shikhar Dhawan, Manish Pandey and Shakib Al Hasan. Then Ridhiman Saha and Deepak Hooda. Mohammad Nabi as that all-rounder in between. He's a really good finisher. Bhuvneshwar and Rashid, that gives me an off-spinner, a right-arm, a leg spinner and a left-arm finger spinner. And the 2 Indian fast bowlers. My first pick is Basil Thampi and Siddharth Kaul. So key player, simply because he bats in the top 4, he leads his side and he wins the matches with the bat and with the ball. I think Shakib Al Hasan is their key player, but watch out for Deepak Hooda because I just think he can set alight this IPL if he's in good form. There's one other option that the Sunrisers have, and somewhere in the tournament, I'll be surprised if they don't actually use it. Use the big 6'8" Aussie Billy Stanlake. He's a really good limited overs bowler. Now, if Stanlake has to come in, he's got to come in for one of the 2 Indian pacers. In which case, they can maybe leave out Mohammad Nabi. I know he doesn't bowl a lot, but Yusuf Pathan is at his most dangerous. The role he played for KKR all these years, it's just a floater, left alone to go and do as he wishes. So then Yusuf Pathan for Nabi and Stanlake for an Indian pacer would be the other option in front of Sunrisers.
And now they've got Alex Hales. We had him in the T20 Team of the Year, and he's a magnificent striker. If he can get his act together in subcontinent conditions, he'll be a great buy.